Hi, my name is Julian Lampietti. Why did we write a report about the digital transformation of the agri-food system? We wrote it because we want to help bend the arc from a system that is producing not such great things to a system that can produce even greater things, a system that can produce healthy people, healthy economy, and a healthy planet. Now, digital technologies present a really unique opportunity to connect the thousands, millions of bits of data coming off farms and food producers and food systems to the consumers directly. The 8 billion consumers in the world can be directly connected to the 570 million farmers that are out there. And we wrote this report so that we can understand how to think about these problems and how to help our clients think about them so we don't end up in a world that is taken over by a few big data companies that rule everything. And instead, we use these technologies to serve the small farmer and the poor farmer to achieve greater outcomes and the sustainable development goals. So I'm really looking forward to working with you in this space going forward. Thank you.
I would outline three main contributions that our reports brings into the existing dialogue on digital agriculture. One of them is an economic analysis framework that can be used to analyze the channels through which digital technologies are transforming the agri-food system and result in more efficient, equitable, and environmentally sustainable outcomes, something we call the Triple E framework. When we were starting to work on the report, we felt that there was not enough discussion on the economics of digital transformation, and rather the focus of the discussion was on specific technologies which often become obsolete pretty quickly. The economics of the digital transformation is an important part of this. The second contribution is the policy framework. So throughout the report, we show that digital technologies hold a great promise for improved efficiency, equity, and environmental sustainability in the agri-food systems. Nevertheless, the empirical evidence on the actual impacts is still scarce, and there are still many risks and uncertainties associated with this transformation. So to give you a couple of examples, there are data governance related risks that have to do with data ownership, data protection, data verification, and depending how these risks are addressed, the outcomes of the transformation might be equitable or they might not be so equitable. There's also a growing concern that digital technologies will increase market power and will concentrate the gains of transformation in the hands of few. So as part of the report, we outlined a set of policy responses, policy instruments, and investments that can help maximize the positive while minimize the negative impact of the digital technologies in this transformation process. Finally, the third contribution is an assessment tool that we offer that brings together the economic and policy framework and hopefully will be used by our colleagues to operationalize the findings of this report and help them engage with the clients on the ground. The tool is called the Digital Agriculture Profiling Tool, and it can be used to evaluate the state of both agricultural and digital development in a country and identify policies and technologies that promise the highest impact solutions to the existing problems when it comes to efficiency, equity, and environmental sustainability. As part of this tool, we also developed an agriculture digitalization index that can be used to evaluate countries in accordance with the state of development of the key foundational enablers for digital transformation, such as availability of coverage in rural areas, affordability of coverage, as well as some non-digital enablers such as proximity to the markets, skill levels, and such. And one more thing to mention is that specifically for this report, we developed the maps of mobile coverage in rural areas for all the regions where the World Bank operates in. And this is the first attempt that we are aware of where actually we are measuring the coverage in rural areas as opposed to the coverage being measured at the national level. So these are the key takeaways from the report. We hope that it will be useful for our colleagues and clients in shaping the dialogue on the role of digital agriculture in transforming the agri-food system.
The public sector has two important objectives. First, it should provide the right incentives for the private sector to maximize the societal gains of digital technologies in terms of environmental sustainability, equity, and efficiency. And second, the public sector has to mitigate the data governance and competition concerns. In the report, we identified three main roles for the public sector. The first role is to provide foundational enablers, and these are digital and physical infrastructure that would allow farmers, digital entrepreneurs, etc., to use data and technologies throughout the food system. The second important role of the public sector is to support an innovation ecosystem, which is multi-stakeholder, including the public and private sector, NGOs and research organizations, and develop solutions based on mutual trust. This innovation ecosystem would incentivize the use of both public and private data to develop and deploy digital technologies. To be more specific, these policies need to foster open datasets, digital platforms, digital entrepreneurship, payment systems, and skills. A key component of this ecosystem is open data. There is a lot of data on all aspects of the value chain, and that could have a huge impact if translated into digital goods and services. And here, the public sector could translate this data into impact by strengthening access to foundational data and promoting data sharing. We also see a growing number of new generation startups which are driven by technology, data, and science. The government could support these startups by promoting digital entrepreneurship to develop good quality products and cost-effective impact solutions for the agri-food system. Because farmers expose their business and personal information when accessing the internet, we need policies to safeguard their data privacy, security, and ownership. Also, because there are concerns that digital markets will increase market power and filter profits to few people, we need policies that ensure fair competition among digital technology providers. The third role of the public sector is to make sure that the digital benefits are shared equitably and to make sure that digital agriculture's potential is used to improve environmental sustainability. We hope that you use the findings of this report and the tools that we developed, including the digital agriculture profiling tool, to assist our client countries in steering the food system to deliver healthy people, a healthy planet, and healthy economies. And thank you for your attention, and please stay tuned for the official launch of the report in early 2021.